Please welcome Russell Brand.
And you.
Wait, don't sit on your book. Wait, don't sit on your book. Hold on. All right.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hello, Wendy Williams.
How are you? You've got a sticker on your pants.
Forgive me, that was a misdemeanor. That's just to restrain myself, if necessary.
Is this about that Howard Stern thing?
Oh, as a matter of fact, I was on Howard Stern, who's a disc jockey on the wireless, and he asked me which person in the public eye do I find physically attractive and an icon of worship in the realm of erotica. I said, I like that lady, Wendy Williams. That's you.
Thank you.
That is what you live inside. Your consciousness lives inside of Wendy Williams, but it's connected to all consciousness.
Thank you. Russell, what fragrance are you wearing? Is this a combination of things? I mean,
This is an aroma that I release naturally when aroused. So I might be producing a lot of it now because for me, this is a highly charged situation. I've not been trained for this degree of beauty.
Thank you, Russell.
There's no precedent.
Are you single?
Yes, I am, as a matter of fact, but yeah. You're married, of course.
Oh, yes. No, I'm not asking for me.
No, but there's an audience here.
Yes.
So let's start organising them into the available and the unavailable.
Well, would you like to get married one day? Again?
Yeah, I'd like to get married. I liked it. I was married before, and I really liked it.
Yeah, no, we talked about it. You know, we do Hot Topics here on the show, and we know you were married to Katy Perry, and it lasted for 14 months. And
yes, we were married.
And what she said was that the schedule conflict was getting in the way, and that you wanted to have a baby.
I'm going to put this back for a moment.
Okay.
This is hard to concentrate.
Okay.
Because you are particularly beautiful today.
Thank you.
So I'm going to have to reapply this mechanism.
Thank you. But why did you... And she said that you wanted a baby, and that was
It didn't have to be ours. I said we could just get one anywhere. One that was just loose in the wild. Just a free-range one.
Well...
From a farm.
Russell, let me ask you this. Can I get a straight answer from you?
I've never felt more straight, woman.
Russell? Would you ever seriously date and commit to another celebrity?
I don't know, because it's hard to know whether or... Like, I think you just have to meet people and try and judge them. So, but, like, if you meet someone, they're famous, the first thing that you react to is, oh, well, there's that famous person.
Right.
But then eventually you connect to who is the real human being in there. And that's the thing. Like, you know, we're all captivated and fascinated by celebrities. When I meet people that I admired when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, my God, that's that person. But then you chat to them, and then you have to judge them on their individual merits, and that normally comes down to the way they connect to one another or to a higher thing.
Yes.
That's the ultimate way that we connect.
Yes. So whether it's a celebrity or not, it's about the girl, not her occupation.
And how similar to you they are.
Yes.
That's what I'm really looking for now. Now, you must have family members, Wendy, that are available. Where are they? One or more family members.
Russell, you and I have something in common. Congratulations on your sobriety.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm clean from drugs.
Russell's been sober now for over 11 years.
It will be 12 years on December the 13th.
Good for you.
God willing.
Good for you. All right, now, I want to talk very seriously with you about sex addiction.
How serious?
I don't want to laugh. I don't want to laugh. You know...
Well,
I'm on the fence about sex addiction.
You're on a sex fence.
Most of the time I say it's just an excuse for men to cheat. However, I wrote a book and I made a novel. It came out in the spring, and my main girl, you know, Kim Kind, I made her a
Where'd
sex
you come up with that name? Kim Kind?
Yes. Look, she was...
Who's that meant to be?
She was a sex addict, and I went to a few sex addict, you know...
Parties, galas.
No, therapists.
Orgies.
When the therapy, you know, group meetings. And I sat in the back and I listened and I said, well, maybe, but I didn't talk to any of the people, so this is my first conversation. All right.
It probably isn't, because I think what you'll find, Wendy, is that with addiction, the object is not what's important. It doesn't matter if a person has problems with their food or alcohol or drugs or getting into debt or sexual behaviour. I think that addiction is any behaviour that you're doing to distract yourself from being in pain and misery, and then when you try to stop, you can't stop. But for me, that is the nature of addiction, and I think people are suffering from addiction in many, many forms.
Yes.
Food, very common. Drugs, alcohol, very common. Sex, common
Gambling,
too.
shopping.
Gambling, shopping. So it's a very prevalent disease, and I think it's because we have a culture where people aren't connected to one another and aren't connected to the divine anymore. We've lost our connection.
Russell, here's the thing. At least, like, when you were doing drugs, drugs are not something that you need once you stop them.
Yeah.
But you still have to have sex.
It's really undermining the thing, isn't it, this?
So look, how do you...
Down, boy.
Russell.
It's ridiculous.
Russell.
I'm talking to the dog on the sticker.
Yes. Russell, you still have to have sex. So at what point...
We have to.
Does it become a slippery slope?
Your husband mind?
No. At what
Well,
point...
ask him. I'll do it. But only if he's 100% OK with it, because I know he's in the band, isn't he? And I've heard he's quite tasty.
No, listen.
But I will do it.
Russell,
in the name of science, Wendy, I'll do this.
Russell, does a woman have to be...
If Christ wills it, if our Lord wills it to be so.
Does a woman have to be, like, hanging from chandelier type sex with you?
No.
I mean, what is that?
No, but how would you get her? Come down here. These cables, the wiring's not safe. Call an electrician.
More chat with
Make
Russell
sure the
Brand
electrician's in the
after
union.
the
No
break.
non-union workers.
Russell! We're back with our new friend Russell Brand. During the commercial break, we were talking about our various addictions and what we liked and we didn't like and stuff. And Russell, you're very, very serious about...
I am.
about talking about sex addiction, and you feel as though...
Well, for me, there is no such thing as sex addiction. There is the phenomena of addiction, and the object of the addiction is irrelevant. It could be cakes, it could be something, a word that sounds similar to that if you were a woman or a homosexual gentleman. Cakes or whatever it is the problem is if it's Wendy. They don't rhyme! Whatever the object of the phenomena, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Any material obsession that disconnects you from higher things.
Got you. All right. Enough of that.
Anything.
Let's talk fashion. Put your feet on those feet and let's give you some shoe cam.
Who stood here? Just a clue.
Just a classic pair of Chucks. I like it. So now Russell. Russell, stand-up.
Yes, ma'am.
So you got started in this business doing stand-up, and then you got into acting, and now you're back to
Because you said stand up.
Stand up.
So obedient.
Your stand-up special. How long?
I am standing up special. For you.
How long are you telling? Like, how long is your set? Will you be? Well, no, it's going to be on Epics actually.
Yes, I do a show on a channel. It's called Epics. You've not heard of it?
Yes, we have.
Have ya?
Yes, we have. They have big concerts. I know, like Madonna's performed on Epics. And,
with Madonna?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on it now.
Yes.
Doing some jokes. In my show, Messiah Complex, I talk about great historical figures, Jesus Christ, Che Guevara, Gandhi, Malcolm X, and why we don't have heroes now that are prepared to die for what they believe in, and what those figures meant, what they represented, and how really what they represented was all of us together, and the great qualities that are in all human beings that are somewhat subjugated and lost in a culture that's obsessed with materialism and individualism. Wendy.
I understand. You know, I hung on to every word, and the crazy thing is that for as cheeky and outrageous as you are, you actually have a lot to say, which is not surprising, but it's just very refreshing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's refreshing.
Thank you.
And now what I don't understand is how it is that you wrote a children's book, but you don't have children. Do you have nephews and nieces that you're close to?
I've got godchildren.
Okay.
My best mate manager's kids, they're twin boys. They're my godchildren. My dear beloved friend Nicola, her daughter, she's my godchild. So I like being a godparent because it means I get to talk to them about spirituality and important things, and I don't ever have to, like, if they don't want to eat vegetables, which they don't, do they?
Yes.
You don't have to go, you have to.
Yes.
You have to eat them.
So,
and I can just go have the ice cream, I don't care.
So
have it.
All right, so
have it. What do I'm already grown. My bones are formed.
Yes.
You will grow up unusual because of this argument.
Yes.
You won't listen.
So tell us about your children's book. What made you decide to write one?
What I thought is that, like, with children, the kind of entertainment and the kind of messages they receive, I wonder how they will grow if the only messages they receive is that your value is based upon what you look like. Your value is based upon what other people think of you, on how thin you are, how much money you have. So I thought that fairy stories and folk stories contained within them a wisdom and truths that are lost in the stories we tell contemporaneously. That just means at this time. So I put truthful stories together.
Uh-huh.
The Pied Piper of Hamelin is a very famous story. You know what happens is the town of Hamelin is overrun by rats. They call the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper leads the...
These are very scary images.
Yeah, it's terrifying, but children can handle it. The children can handle the fear, can't they? This is spooky. But the Piper leads the rats away, cleanses them of the problem of the rats, but then the people of Hamelin don't pay him. But I think in the story, what the Piper represents is the connection to the divine, the connection to the sublime. Whenever in a story a character is depicted as a musician, like Orpheus in Greek myth, or Krishna in Hindu myth, it's a divine connection. What does it say in the Bible? In the beginning, there was the word, the vibration. The vibration
You
is
have to
all.
come back.
All right.
Russell Brand, everybody. And make sure you pick up a copy of Russell's new book, The Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Or that one.
Or this book right here, The Revolution. And Russell's brand new comedy special. It's called The Messiah Complex, and it airs Friday nights at 10 o'clock on Epix.
A type
We'll be
of
right
channel.
back. Yeah.